Well, my seminar is about the power and politics of sports. So it's the intersection of politics and sports. And a lot of people would think, what do sports have anything to do with politics? But over my whole career, I basically have almost never written about a sport exclusively the X's and O's. It's always been about the inner workings of a sport. This is a really important time for sports in terms of just the bigger picture of it, because there's so many different things going on just outside of the playing field, whether it's the big scandal with FIFA, which is the international governing body of soccer, the Olympics, there's Rio Olympics are coming up. Obviously there's a lot of turmoil going on in Brazil right now. They had the World Cup a couple of years ago, gearing up for another gigantic event, which a lot of Brazilians think really does not belong in Brazil. And there's just so many things going on in the sports world right now that are not limited to the sports world in terms of the playing field or the court. It's so many other issues going on right now that are putting these issues on the front page of our newspaper, the New York Times, almost on a weekly basis, which really didn't happen in the past. Well, Lance Armstrong is the perfect example of how powerful an athlete has gotten in our society. And I've actually chosen the seminar about him to end the seminar series, because there's really nobody in the history of sports, I think, has really enthralled people as much as Lance Armstrong, because he came back from cancer and then he won the Tour de France 7 times. I mean, millions of people around the world had those yellow wristbands, those Livestrong wristbands, and really they were absolutely crushed when they found out that he was cheating and lying and doping the entire time. And he was able to do that partly because of the influence he had in society. People just didn't believe that he was a cheater. Even politicians didn't believe he was a cheater and stood up for him and took his PR lines and put them out in the press saying people shouldn't be attacking Lance Armstrong. And basically the whole world was falling in love with this guy who was a complete liar and a fraud. Well, this is such a great opportunity, and I'm going to try not to be too effusive here. I'm going to try to dial it down a little bit, but after meeting these students here the last couple of days, I'm just, I can't tell you how excited I am, because everybody is just thinking at such a high level and has such good questions and is so enthusiastic about politics, and whether it's politics or sports or whatever their major is, it's, they'll find out when they get older that that's very rare to see when you've been in a profession as long as I have. My colleagues are great, but certainly, having this critical mass of people who are interested in the subject and being able to exchange ideas and tell them a little bit about my background and all the things I've learned over my almost 20 years in journalism is such a rare opportunity that I wouldn't miss this for anything.